Hey everyone, today's Wednesday, September 30th, one day before Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration. And we're going to a special event tonight. We are going to meet Imagineering legend Bob Gurr. And before meeting Bob Gurr, I figured it would be great to come to the park, check out some of his attractions. Bob Gurr's notable for designing the monorail and the dune buggies for Haunted Mansion, Matterhorn, and many, many other things. So I'm going to go to Magic Kingdom for just a little bit, check out the monorail, and actually try to find something for him to sign for me. Maybe something from the Haunted Mansion. So come join us. What's up, guys? Hey. Good, how you doing?
Not bad at all. Happy 50th Eve.
Thank you. Excited.
We're very excited too. Have a good time.
Thanks. Happy 50th Eve. That's so awesome. And there was a sign out front that said no fireworks today, and that is because they're doing a media preview for the new show Enchantment that's going to debut tomorrow for the general public. All right, so first thing we're going to do is check out the Emporium because there's a good chance they'll have something for Bob Gurr to sign in here. So let's check it out. Look, it's the new retro Mickey plushes for $29.99. Pretty cool. Not something for Bob Gurr to sign, but might come back and get it later. Some 50th anniversary merchandise. Look at those lollipops. Those are insane. Alright, here's Cinderella's castle on 50th Eve. Now, I wasn't able to really find anything in the Emporium for Bob Gurr to sign. I'm gonna head over by the Haunted Mansion. I think I might have some luck there. Okay, so we're gonna head on into Liberty Square and go into Memento Mori, which is the Haunted Mansion's gift shop. Look at all these preparations for the 50th. Looks like there's a spot where they're gonna have some interviews over there. And then there's the Hall of Presidents. Now Bob Gurr actually worked on Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. There's not any Mr. Lincoln merch to get, so we're gonna head on over to the Haunted Mansion. And here we are coming up to Memento Mori. Let's see if they have any merch for Bob Gurr to sign. All right, so I found a really cool print and bought it. It was too busy in there to film, but I'll show you guys when we get back to the car, or I'll pull it out in front of Haunted Mansion maybe. We're gonna go ride Haunted Mansion real quick, and then maybe head out to go wait in line for Bob Gurr. Master Gracie.
Let's try another poem.
Hi.
Our brave guide.
All the way forward, friends, filling in all of the dead space.
That was a really good ride on the Haunted Mansion. Now we're gonna go ahead and head back to the car so we can get to Kissimmee to see, or actually the celebration to see Bob Gurr. So it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Let's see how long
This was watching Minnie Mouse give an interview for the news. This is for FX. Well, that was pretty awesome. Got to watch a couple news interviews for our local news channels, and then cable channel FXM. So interviews with Minnie Mouse. And now, like I said, we're heading out of the park so we can go meet Bob Gurr. 50th anniversary is so exciting. There's just like an electricity in the air. Everyone's saying happy 50th Eve to each other. It's so cool, and it's also cool because the park's not really busy right now, so we can enjoy it. Because I do not know what it's gonna be like tomorrow. I'm expecting craziness though. And look, there's Pooh and Friends up there. Now, normally I like to split up transportation. I like to do monorail one way and ferry boat one way because I like both of them. But it's Bob Gurr Day, so we're gonna do monorail both ways. exposed fire extinguisher for some reason. Alright, so here we are at the Holiday Inn and Suites in Kissimmee, Florida, and we are going to go in and get in line to meet Bob Gurr. It's the line to buy merch or to buy an autograph for after the talk.
Years, Bob was responsible for shaping and creating much of the fantastical playland loved by millions. His numerous creations gave Disneyland and Walt Disney World a timeless yet futuristic character admired by aspiring designers and kids at heart everywhere. His creations are immediately recognizable as classic Disney. His positive contributions and deep influence on pop culture and the economic direction of Disneyland and Walt Disney World are immeasurable. Bob is a vanguard of the risk-taking spirit which shaped America's reputation for creative excellence globally. He is one of the original dreamers who developed the ethos which continues to this day. Friends, please welcome to the stage legendary Disney Imagineer, Bob Gurr.
Look, they got me on a leash. Watch me trip. Let's go ahead and do it. Well, here we go. All right. Welcome to the celebration poster selling night. Did everybody buy a poster?
Yeah!
Did anybody buy 2? Yeah. 5? Yeah. You know, I get a cut on this stuff.
Can everybody hear in the back? Yeah?
Can you hear in the back? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, hand up. Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, everybody wants to know about what was it like 50 years ago. And I got to ask, they asked me a question today. It says, when was your first visit to Walt Disney World? And I said, well, it was in early spring of 1966 when the company plane, we had a little Gulfstream 1, and the pilot said, we're going to go down to about 1,000 feet, flaps out, slow down, and we're going to drive around the property line. It took 20 minutes by airplane to go around our fence line. And all I saw was swamp and black water and one cabin. I found out Walt is cheap. He bought land nobody wanted. That's what we were going to do. But at the same time, in that plane ride, when we went around the line, I thought to myself, oh boy, these Orlando people have no idea what we're going to do to them. And look what we got in 50 years. Look at that. At the same version called the Mark III, which was an all-new, completely different suspension and frame. And while doing that, in order to operate that into Disneyland, the Florida project came along, and they said, well, we're going to have monorail, and Bobby, figure out what you're going to do, because, okay, we have smaller curves, so we're going to have longer beams, and the train's going to be much heavier, so the beams are going to be a lot deeper, and then they're going to be curved on the bottom. And I found that while doing the Mark III monorail for Disneyland, all I had to do was widen it a bit and make it a little bit longer, but it's the same design, just as what we call a stretch. We'll also put a brand new body on it, because in California, we never get hot enough to have air conditioning. We drive around with windows open in California. But what that meant, we had to now have enclosed bodies for Florida because of the temperature, and that meant we had to add air conditioning, which meant we had to have a lot more equipment in the car, which meant now I had to come up with a much lighter body design. So since I was kind of a race car enthusiast at the time, there was a race car called a Shadow, which used honeycomb manufacturing panels. And I found out we could do honeycomb panels just like a race car, use aluminum extrusions, and I told the company that we're going to do flush riveting instead of any other type of structure, just because one day we were in the company plane. We stopped in Grand Island, Nebraska, corporate airport, and I looked out, and they rolled out a red carpet, and this Learjet, this white Learjet, sort of just oozed up to that carpet, and it had that long wraparound windshield, smooth skin, flush riveting. And I told the company, I said, I don't care what it costs, we're going to have flush riveted monorails. Because I had this vision that the first guests are going to come to Walt Disney World, climb up to the TTC and get ready to get in the train. You stand there, you will see a Learjet ooze right up and stop. How many of you ever had that experience the first time you saw the monorail up close? Oh, the doors are going to open, you're going to go right. You're going to ride a Learjet. So that's how the styling of the Mark IV monorail came along. And then around 1990, we introduced the Mark VI monorail, which we have here now. A quick look, they look almost the same, but we actually made it taller so that you have walk-in room and a little bit better kinds of doors. So that was kind of a tricky thing to make the Mark IV and the newer one. Quick look, they looked exactly the same, except for some small details. So any of you who had ever been in the park late at night, Magic Kingdom, and a big thunderstorm comes and everybody's got to get out right now, thank God we have this later version of the monorail. You can jam all the people, you can jam in there and everybody stand up, and all the tires just about go flat. And the extra way, we just look the other way, that we totally overrun is I'm working on the Ford Magic Skyway, which is about a 3.5-year long-term project. And then about 4 months before the Lincoln exhibit opened, we had that show under production, the building under production, and I did not know that there was a Lincoln being built in Burbank for a year, and it didn't work. And Walt called myself and my boss over to look at this secret room with this pathetic looking Lincoln in it. Well, what happened was the night before, he was showing a lady friend how animation was going to work, and this particular Lincoln machine wasn't good, and they had a guy behind the wall help Lincoln get up out of the chair. I mean, there was a lot of serious deficiencies. We were using hydraulic fluid, which is kind of a pink looking color, and a tube popped and it came out on his shirt. She was horrified. Why would you reenact the killing of Lincoln? Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. It's really quick. I'm sorry, whoever worked on that one, that's not going to work. And his typical thing, he said, Bobby, I want half as much weight and twice as much movement, and I want you to get started now. Turn to walk off. See, you can't say, no, I'm not qualified for that stuff. Look, I'm a car guy. I worked in the Ford Motor Company in the Lincoln studio, not the Lincoln body company. So that meant I had to learn physiology in about a day. Here's another curious thing. Am I boring you with this long answer? Very quickly, Walt said, would it help if we got an actor to come in here, we'll dress him up and we'll get a camera and a mirror so we can see all the motions from the different directions. And would that help you to figure out how the body's going to move? And I thought, oh, that'd be terrific. We could use a movie-owned machine for that. So he hired Royal Dano, an actor to dress up, come in the studio in a corner on a Saturday morning. Just the camera guy, the lighting guy, Royal Dano, Walt, and myself to do this little quick shot. And the guy went through the speech, and And I thought he did a good job. And Walt just snarls at the guy and he says, no, 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 do that over. And I felt so embarrassed for the poor guy. And then the guy did it the second time, and it was worse. No, 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 do it again. And then finally I saw the guy go, and he did it the third time, which was really, really fast. Right at the end of that thing, Walt jumps up in front of us and he starts singing the Battle Hymn of the Republic. He knew the ending of the show. Not until the show opened and what Lincoln said was recorded that day. He's tricky. He said, do you want something to help you for the body motions? He got an actor to come in and got him all upset because the president was losing a very serious war and was in a bad mood. Walt got that out of that actor without that actor knowing what Walt was doing. Well, that's the way Walt would work out. Anytime. But there's a distance between humans that says we're having a good time, we're getting a lot of stuff done, but I'm never going to be your buddy. Never going to be your buddy. Yeah, there's a distinction. Walt was very, very good about that. At the same time, we get a little snippy once in a while, because in the movie business, you have these credits at the end of the movie, and when the movie first comes out, all the people that worked on it, they sit and they watch the end of the credits, and the rest of the audience is gone, and then they go to Walt. Walt, you never put my name on the credits. And Walt says, my name is the only one on the door. He slips you down so fast. Well, the tram tractor was, you know what the tram tractor is, Walt Disney World. Remember, we used to have the trailers, and then it had a funny looking thing that had like a flying nun roof on the top of the thing, and it's being replaced now with something that's even uglier. Ugliest vehicle I ever did, because it turned out to be what we would call a committee project. Normally, I get to draw it my way, really, but this one, this company says, we're going to do natural gas, but we don't have the money to buy the new tanks. We got a guy who's go out and he can buy junk tanks and get them certified, but they're too big and they won't fit well, but put them on the vehicle anyway. Round and round and round. The big serious question was, remember the Lagoon Underpass? You go to the Contemporary? Would you believe we had the original tractors just before opening could not pull the tram? You know, because the purchasing department wrote the specifications without understanding any engineering. They put it out to bid, and the United Tractor in Chesterton, Indiana, fulfilled the bid to the precise horsepower number. All guys have fussed with cars, you know. If it's got 160 horse, don't try to get more than 100 out of it continuous duty. We blew them up all in the first week before opening. So they gave me a job, fix it, to get these running, come back with a really good job. But there was the natural gas stuff. Ugly, ugly vehicle. It had to have an axle and weight bigger than it ever needed because it had to go under the Lagoon Underpass. Why? Because we started building ferry boats too late. That was the Achilles of the entire Walt Disney World. And the fact that I was the designer of that and I was being pushed in all directions at once is not an ideal situation, which goes back with Mr. Red Hat, what you suffer. I suffered one just like that, but the sucker ran and ran and ran until they're taking them out and put the brand new ugly ones in.
Okay. You wanted on the picture?
Hello. Yeah, that's on the picture?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. I will pick a spot. I'm going to do it this way. And yeah, his name's over here. So I'm going to go right here.
Okay. Thank you. Right by the dog.
There you go. Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.